Yes, Atharv, you can share your screen now.
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
Can I start?
Sure, you
Yes.
can begin.
Okay.
Nilesh, you can begin with your presentation.
Okay. Hello. Good evening to respected judges and all my. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are
Yes,
very much.
yes, you are.
Okay. So a very good evening to my teammates and all the fellow ministers here. So today we are going to present the budget of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change is an India government ministry. This ministry is headed by the Secretary Ranker Senior IAS Officer, and the ministry portfolio is currently held by Bhupender Yadav, the Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Recently launched National Green Hydrogen Mission with an outlay of 19,700 crore rupees will be facilitated in the transition of the economy to low carbon intensity in the environment, reducing the dependence on fossil fuel and importing it from foreign, and also making the country Atmanirbhar and assuming that technology and market leadership in the sunrise sector. We have different schemes and program and different money. Sorry, yeah. So internship program of the Ministry Environment, Forest Climate Change nomination for of candidates in winter season 2020 to 2022 to 2023 in the season in the year end. Special limited tender inquiry for hiring professional event organization, also known as PEO, Event Management Agency, for installation of pavilion at G20 Environment and Climate Sustainability, working at group first meeting to scheduled to be held from 9 to 11th February 2023 at Bengaluru in India. So the Ministry of Forest and Climate Change Government India invites special limited tender inquiry from professional event organization, also told PEO, to conceptualize, plan and design and organize the interior branding and etc. elements of the all function. The first meeting is scheduled from 9th February to 11th February at Bengaluru. The event shall include, among branding, interiors, fabricated space provided by Ministry of Environment. This is a step taken uh, to boost up the economy. The event will involve showcasing the initiatives such as Mission Life, success stories, and citizen-centric services. Tenders are invited through two-bird system, that is technical bid and financial bids. This bidding will be take place during the function. Now over to Nandini for further.
So here are some of the scope of work and services. Actually, there's some issue with my laptop camera, so I hope there's no problem if I speak with my camera off. Is that fine?
Yeah, sure.
It will be okay.
Okay, thank you. So these are some of the scope of work and services. A, the professional event organizer, PEO. Then event management agency, EMA, which will be required to install a pavilion. And then all the fabrication for the pavilion to be done by the agency. C, all hardware required for the pavilion will be arranged by the agency itself. And then the content and programming is to be done by the agency, and total manpower is also to be handled by the agency itself. And a post-event report will also be submitted, and any other activities required for successful Organization of the event will also be handled by the agency.
Well, you have 1 minute more.
Okay. So all the project related documents and issues will be Ministry of Environment friendly and other than the contract itself, all the contracts will be returned and all the copies to the media, and copyright of all the plans introduced by the ministry will be is already claimed, and no information is made publicly either directly or indirectly are not it is not allowed to be authorized by accessed by an unauthorized person. The ministry also intends to set a pavilion at G20 Environment Working Group's first meeting, and also establishment of I'm sorry. Also, establishment of the center is will be done at Bengaluru. Now, the provision of the secretariat expenditure and attached subordinate office includes the National Zoological Park and the National Authority.
Your 5 minutes are over. Thank you, Nilesh, for your presentation.
Okay.
Now, could you just switch on your camera? Now I would like to call upon the opposition, and I will be in the opposition. Nilesh, could you switch on the camera so that I can begin the timer and the question round?
I don't know why I'm not able to turn it on. Just give me a second, please. What happened to it? यार अभी तो चल रहा था. On हो जा. Come on, यार it failed to start. I'm sorry, I'm not able to turn on my camera. I don't know अभी on हो रहा था, but अभी थोड़ा can't detect my camera दिखा रहा failed to start. I'm sorry.
Okay. Nilesh, if it's possible that you can leave your camera.
Okay, yeah, it's on. Okay.
Yeah, you are visible. So I'm beginning the timer for 5 minutes. Now, well, in the very beginning, you talked about the clean fuel and the green hydrogen. My take on that is that we all think that green hydrogen is a very clean thing, but at the end of the day, though it doesn't produce any kind of emission on its own, but it affects the other pollutants like the methane. And if the methane amount is going to increase in the environment, then there will be, the climate change will get worse. And what's the take of your ministry on that?
Okay. So my take on that is that like green gases, if we talk about the green gases, they are also, being,
no, I'm not talking about the green gases.
I'm coming on that. I'm coming on that only. So the green gases nowadays are produced in a lot amount, and still it is getting handled. So it doesn't, but in the same way, the ministry is going to handle the methane, I'm sorry.
Could you tell the ways in which your ministry is going to handle the production of methane, and in the same way it's going to handle the climate change, which is getting worse with every passing day?
I think we should see that methane is not going to, affect that much to the environment, but in turn it is going to give us a lot of things like the hydrogen fuel, which is like very much required today. If we compare it with the carbon dioxide or the emission, other harmful gases emission taking place while the production of petroleum and other fuels, if you compare it with the harm to the methane.
I think you are taking it in the other way. I'm not talking about all the fuel. I'm just talking about the fuel which you have mentioned. Okay, leave it. The next question which I want to ask you is that you were talking about that let's make the environment clean, and it's the duty of your ministry. But the environment can only be clean when the fuels which are, now we'll talk about the fuels. The fuels which are being used in the vehicles, they needs to be clean now. And when we talk about energy, we suddenly strike with the word renewable energy. And in that also, we most of the time specifically talk about the two most important renewable energy, which are the wind energy and the hydropower energy. But Don't go far away. Take the condition of our own capital, Delhi. What's the quality of air in Delhi? What's the quality of water in Delhi? How can you expect the entire population of India to believe in the thought of using renewable energy when the basic needs like air and water, they are not clean? What's the take of your ministry on that? What's the policies and the provisions being made by you people?
Yes. Okay, so first, if you talk about the pollution level in Delhi, so I would like to I would like to like present my take
Nilesh,
on
you are
that.
not audible.
Hello, I think I'm audible now.
Yeah, you're very much audible.
Yeah.
Waiting for your answer.
Yeah. So, firstly, you stated about the in your question you stated about the pollution level in Delhi. So, I hope you are aware that Delhi is densely populated. The population density of Delhi is so much high, and nowadays, there are being many like odd even pattern when the pollution rises so high, then odd and
Well,
even
Nilesh,
pattern the
sorry
pollution
for
levels get.
interrupting in between. Density or the population of a place has nothing to do with the level of pollution. We have cities where the population is extremely high, but they are clean, the environment is clean. How can you, just compare the population level with that of the level of climate change? It's very heart-wrenching to see the climate going through so much every
Okay.
passing day. That's
Population is
because of
not.
our
Yeah.
irresponsible behavior.
Let me
My
complete.
next question for you is that
Please.
what's the point of
Excuse me.
investing? Like your ministry? Yeah.
Can I complete my answer? The population
Or
is
you
not
can
just.
complete.
Yeah, the population is not just the only factor affecting the the pollution level of the Delhi. Delhi is a metropolitan city, so the amount of production taking place till from the amount of vehicles owning and people are owning like in one house only you will be seeing 2 to 3 like cars. So in the sense more pollution is being emission and we are trying to control it by applying different schemes like odd and even pattern
Nilesh,
and
I would like to interrupt you. You were talking about the factors. We have countries and places like Switzerland, Finland, Sweden, Japan, Germany, and so many where the population rate is also okay, but the climate is too good out there. You cannot compare, you cannot give an excuse for the harm which we humans are causing to the environment. My next question is for your ministry is that when you people are talking about the climate and the clean environment, what's the point of investing such a huge sum of money in the Ministry of Environment when the things will get back to, for example, River Ganga? Look at the irony of the present situation, Nilesh, that River Ganga is the river which is being worshipped by everyone on one hand. And on the other hand, we people are responsible for the tragedy and for the, for everything wrong which is happening with River Ganga today. And in the government in the past decade have spent millions and billions of rupees in order to clean River Ganga. But what's happening? Again, it is getting dirty. My simple question? What's the point of investing such huge sum of money in a ministry which is not, making a permanent impact? Moreover, why not to invest the same amount of money in educating and making people aware of the environment and its importance?
then I think I
How
don't
would
know
you
about.
defend
Yeah,
yourself in that?
yeah, sure.
Well,
Okay, so
actually,
first you.
can I state a point?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I think that investing in cleanliness is equally important to making people aware. So that is both equally important, and you cannot say that we should quit one thing to move on to the other. We can just take it parallelly, or we could just divide the budget between the two so that we can handle both the things and make a major impact on that.
And also, I would like to add on. Firstly, you said that why not to shift on like spreading awareness instead of cleaning it. So I think that if we wouldn't have cleaned the river Ganga, then the condition would have been much worse than whatever it is today. Okay. Secondly, coming to the awareness point, I am not sure about your school, but in general, the Namami Gange mission, every year there are awareness campaign by Government of India in all the schools, and there are different quizzes, there are different presentations, And in many of the schools, even the government and our ministry approaches offline, and many places we approach online to aware the children and the youth of the nation about the cleanliness of not only just Ganga but also of the Yamuna and all the other rivers. So you can't just say that we are not investing, in awareness. We are equally investing in awareness, and also not equally actually, but yes, we are investing and we are putting our efforts in making people aware. But it will take time because we are still a developing nation. That generations are changing, so
Thank
it
you for
takes
your
time.
answer.
Yeah, it takes time for people to change their mindset. I've still seen people when I go on the highway or the pole connecting.
Nilesh, thank you for your answer. My last question, which is the most important one, you talked about the mindset of the people. What provisions are being made by your Ministry of Environment in order to make people aware of environment? Because it's high time,
Okay.
rather than thinking that we could have done this or we can do this, it's the right time and high time to make stand and to take stand for the environment. Because the earth is something which we all survive on.
Okay, so on like answering that question, I would like to tell you that we have built just to stop people, to change their mindset. The fines have been put up. There are boards telling that if you were caught, say, throwing your whatever you say, like provide karna, you do those things.
And I think that with awareness, we also need to hold ourselves responsible for whatever is happening right now. And we need to clean up that mess. Along with the government, we citizens also need to take up responsibility and do that. So that's equally important, I guess.
Thank you, Nilesh, and thanks a lot, the other team members, for your answers. Though I'm not satisfied